With the Violent Reality, I'm Casey Rain.
I'm Kim Camellia.
And we are back from the USA. Woo! We're back in England. We had a fantastic trip. And so we are back with This Week in Prince episode 22. Now, we had an absolutely fantastic time. We took a lot of videos. Yeah. Some of it will end up on the channel in various ways and things that we did and whatnot. So we're still working all that out. We need to go through all the footage and work it out. But now that we're back, our main priority is getting back on track with This Week in Prince. So that's why we're here now.
Same setting. We're back in our setting, so
you may recognize it.
I think you must have seen our video last week where we were at Universal Studios and we were at Universal City Walk. That was a really cool video for us to make, but obviously you had like all the things going on in the back, so you guys must be quite interested in what we did around there as well. We've got vlogs for you.
Exactly. So let's kick off with the news. So first of all, one really cool thing that happened in the last week was that on February 22nd, which is actually Kim's birthday, they held the first corporate event at Paisley Park since Prince passed away. Now, back in the day, they used to occasionally have corporate events at Paisley Park, but it's been a long time since anything like that happened. With this one, it's a company called BusinessWare, and they held a conference about cybersecurity at Paisley Park, and all the attendees were also given the chance to go on the Paisley Park tour. Now, I think this is a fantastic idea. The estate obviously needs to make, as much revenue as possible. They're making certain amounts of revenue by just doing the tour, but then corporate events can often generate a great deal of income, and the spaces at Paisley Park are perfect for these sorts of things. So expect that lots more of these things will happen in the future. And we'll report them when they do.
We will, yeah. So, a cool thing that we saw on Twitter and Facebook and all over the place this week is that some pictures popped up from a Prince book that is an unfinished one that is property of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Library and Archives, which is a book, and it's called Serenity, / Peace, basically, so Serenity and Peace.
Yep. So we've seen a couple of pictures of this book, as Kim said. We've shared them around on Twitter and whatnot. It seems like this book was just like a sort of test pressing, like a prototype, never went into publication. In one of the shots you can see some text and it just looks like placeholder text, like, the kind of things that you get when you open like a template document on your computer and it has all those like Latin words like ipsum lorum, whatever it is. That's what that text looked like.
Sort of thing,
so it looks like this was just, they made the prototype to get the images in the right place, and maybe the text was to come at a later time. It never got to that stage. Interestingly, this is not the only Prince book that he had made that never made it to full production and release. One that popped up at some point last year as well was the Ti Amo Corazon photo book, which had all the glossy photos from the shoot of the video that Salma Hayek had directed for Prince. Funnily enough, that book had actually made it into the hands of a fan in Holland, a collector in Holland, who had seen it pop up on eBay and grabbed it. I asked Sam Jennings about it, who was heavily involved with Prince at that time, and he said that Salma Hayek doesn't even have a copy of that book, so it's incredibly rare.
That is, wow.
So, all of these cool things are out there, these sort of one-offs, prototypes of things,
whether
it's books or whatever, magazines, all sorts of things. So, interesting news indeed.
I just love the books, especially the picture books, because new pictures that we've never seen before of Prince will pop up here and there, and it was just so beautiful and it's just amazing to see. And I hope that we as the fans get to see the rest of that book as well, whether it's in like scanned picture form or the actual book at some point, or whether they will show it.
I think maybe if you go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you can probably see it. Maybe we'll get a chance to do that at some point.
On the 7th of April, we have a Purple Rain picture disc coming out.
Yes, some pictures have started showing up online of a new Purple Rain picture disc. Very, very cool. What else is there to say? We love picture discs. You should buy it.
And this is a good thing because you also got the re-release of Purple Rain coming out this year, so it all kind of comes together like that.
Yeah, so lots of things to buy. We expect that there will be quite a few things popping up in April around the anniversary of Prince's passing. Obviously, there's Maite's book and there's Purple Rain picture disc and all these kinds of things. The other re-release that we just found out about is, some of you may remember that Prince had licensed the album Lotus Flower and MPLSoUND to a label called Because Music that are from France. And this was a separate release to the release in the US, which came out through Target. So there was different releases that came out in France, and they were exported across Europe and whatnot, such as the single disc MinneapolisSound version and all these other things that Because Music had put out. So just heard that Because Music are re-releasing a new set of Lotus Flower and MinneapolisSound with 2 vinyls and 2 CDs. Now, interestingly enough, Bria Valente's album has been removed. The Elixir album, which was originally part of the set, has been removed. It's not part of this, so you'll get 2 vinyls of Lotus Flower
Just
and
Prince.
MinneapolisSound and 2 CDs of the same 2 albums in a set. I think you can pre-order it now. We'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, we will.
And that would be super cool to get that.
I think those vinyls in particular will be cool because Lotus Flower on vinyl and MinneapolisSound on vinyl are going to be cool. We actually saw that French CD in one of our record stores here. Well, basically the only record store that we have left here. And we wanted to get it at the time. We didn't, and now it's not there anymore. So we're like, we still want that because it's cool.
Yeah. Here's an interesting fact as well that I would probably think that most of you don't know. Only a few people really discussed this at the time, and it was never actually confirmed. So this was a rumor. The stuff I'm about to say was never confirmed, but there's a good possibility that it was true. We had heard when Because Music had originally released Lotus Flower and MinneapolisSound in France. Somebody had said that they had seen a poster in a record store in France, and that at the bottom of the poster there was a section that had been covered up, that had been sort of taped over, and this fan had claimed to have unpeeled this part of the poster, and behind it there was some text that suggested that there was going to be a DVD and or Blu-ray release of the Lotus Flower movie. Now, if you don't know about the Lotus Flower movie, that was a re-edited version of the unreleased 3121 movie from 3 years prior, which never came out, and it was also scheduled to be on the lotusflower.com website, but Prince had taken it off before the site had launched. In fact, the day before launching the site,
so
he had changed his mind and removed it. So both versions, 3121 movie and Lotus Flower movie, remain unreleased. But
although some people have seen it. Just
very people who attended the release
fans.
parties had seen it for these albums.
In one of our previous This Week in Prince videos, we talked about there being a couple of houses that Prince used to own on the market. And so we've got some news about that.
Yes, so this actually wasn't a house, because there used to be a house there and Prince tore it down in Chanhassen, on the road that is called Kiowa Trail, maybe Kiowa Trail. I don't actually know how you pronounce that. One of the two. I don't know. Maybe somebody from Minneapolis could tell us how you pronounce that.
In the comments.
But Prince had a house there. It was torn down many years ago. The gates always remained at the property, the custom gates that Prince had put there.
Little heart and little sign.
Yep, and this property had gone on the market. The estate had put it on the market after Prince passed away. It has just been purchased for $700,000 by a couple of people who are supposedly Prince fans. Now, I don't actually know if that's true. It may be just it made for good PR. Oh, the people who bought the property are fans, or they may just be casual fans, or whatever. But they have said they're going to keep the gates there, which is very, very cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I guess they are going to build a new property on the land.
Yes.
So we'll put a link to that in the description below. You can see what the gates look like. You can see the information about the people who bought it, if you're interested.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of like Prince properties and things like that, we'll go back to Paisley Park, and we'll go back to Paisley Park in their web shop, because they are going to be selling Tamboraccas or Tamboraccas or however you pronounce it. I have no idea how to pronounce it.
Tamboracca.
Tamboracca, okay. So it's a combination of a tambourine and a maracas that makes sound. So yeah, they're going to be selling it on their website, and they are going to be about $80 each, I think.
Yes, you may remember that the Tamboracca is a prop that showed up in the 90s.
Yes.
An instrument. That was available for sale at various events in Paisley Park and whatnot. You may also know that Paisley Park have been starting to recreate replicas of these sorts of things. They're selling a clown guitar, and now they're going to be selling the Tamboracca as well. You can pre-order it now. Description will be link will be in the description. I think $80 is a pretty reasonable price, actually. So if you've always wanted to get a Tamboracca and you've never been able to get one,
then you can get one.
Now's your chance.
Yeah, and so you have to remember that when you're in the EU, you might want to find a friend that is in the United States or Canada or Mexico to ship it from, because what we know now is that Paisley Park, the store itself on the website, does not ship to Europe, and neither will the Tamboraccas then, so yeah.
They need to sort that out. Get your international shipping sorted out, people at Paisley Park. If you are watching this, you will make a lot more money if you do.
Speaking of Paisley Park, they showed something amazing last night. They showed some footage of the Act 1 tour, and as you all know, this is part of Love Symbol, so it's around the 1993 era, and it was a concert from Detroit, Michigan, so that's awesome.
Yep, so as you know, if you've been following our videos, or even if you haven't, you know that Paisley Park has been showing Prince concert footage, some of it released, some of it unreleased, every Saturday night. So, last night, as Kim just mentioned, was the Act 1 1993 Detroit footage. Just awesome. Awesome.
I'd love to see that, seriously. I'd love to see that whole tour, that Love Symbol, because everyone looked so cool and everything was so colourful, so nicely colour coordinated, and you've got Mighty dancing and you've got everyone. It's just awesome.
Exactly. So hopefully they continue to show awesome footage at Paisley Park, as I'm sure they will. Now, if you saw our California video, you know that the big thing that happened in the last couple of weeks was the launch or the return of Prince's Warner Brothers catalog to all the streaming services like Spotify, Google Music, Apple Music, etc, etc. This has been a massive deal. Spotify in particular has been posting these adverts, purple adverts, or adverts with Prince's face on them, spending a lot of money on these huge ad campaigns in major cities like London and New York. You know, many of you have probably seen these adverts either in real life or online. Now, it seems that their promotion is certainly paying off, and it's paying off well for Prince's Warner Brothers catalog as well, because they just released the statistics that Prince's Warner Brothers catalog was streamed about 20 million times in the first week of it returning to Spotify. A great deal of playlists have been created as well. And the next move really is hopefully the estate can sort it out with Universal to get all the post Warner Brothers stuff back on to Spotify and the streaming services as well, because then you can get a truly comprehensive overview of Prince's career. You know, the Warner Brothers stuff is, you know, we like to say it's like one side of the coin. There's a whole other side of the coin as well. So while this is a step in the right direction and many people now have access to Prince's Warner's catalog, we need the rest of it there as well.
Yeah. Still though, I would like to mention that if you really love or loved an artist, you still would want to buy their CDs as well if you really love them.
And vinyl.
Yeah, I know.
Vinyl sales are actually shooting up. So that's why you're seeing things like re-releases on vinyl and picture discs.
Yeah, so to really support your favorite artists, just buy their music, because that's how they get along and are able to keep creating what they want to create and make money of it. So yeah, definitely keep buying the music, guys, because that's so important, especially with the return of people liking records and vinyl records becoming popular again.
Exactly. And that basically wraps up this week in Prince.
Yeah.
So we have a job on our hands as far as looking at all the stuff that we filmed while we're in the US, making some cool little videos, putting some stuff up, some funny stuff, some ridiculous stuff.
We did some cool stuff, and we went to some crazy
We had fun.
things. Yeah.
We had fun. Our hits are going up, our subscribers are going up. I guess lots of you guys enjoy these videos and love watching them and love talking about them. Our comments are always popping. You guys rock. The support we've had is 100% phenomenal. Everybody's really appreciative of what we're doing, and we love that, and we love you guys for that. So thank you. You guys rock.
You guys are so lovely, seriously. And, always feel free to reach out to us and talk to us. And if you want to talk about something, or if you maybe even want to be part of the videos, like we said, just come to us, because we really love to include you people in our videos. Have you in a little screen and a Skype call and be discussing things with you. Because we did the MJ and Prince podcast as well. Really like doing that too. We like discussing things with people. And, if you have different opinions and stuff, tell us as well, because discussion is healthy,
Exactly.
All right, and on that note, we want this video now. We're gonna recover from our jet lags, because we are secretly so tired. Don't tell anyone.
Exactly. This has been This Week in Prince, episode 22. You know who I am. I'm Casey Rain.
I'm Kim Camellia. Thanks
we are
so
the Vilo
much.
Reality.
we talk through each other there, but that's fine.
You guys rock.
Yeah.
See you next week.
All right.
Peace.
Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe.
Share, subscribe.
Yeah.
All the stuff that you guys are already doing. Just keep doing it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Peace.